Now, I have had a lot of crashes, so I am worried that we could come into another crash, apparently, the second I say it. What a surprise. Let's give this a go again. So, obviously, I had to revert back to the autosave there. Just turn down our commission. Are you serious? Hang on. That's very annoying, considering... Oh, it's crashed anyway, even when I'm not doing anything. Ah. So, some things have changed. And what that is me completely reinstalling Geheimnisnacht because the save game was broken. No matter what I tried to fix, no matter what I tried to do in terms of reverting to older save games, to quick saves, autosaves, that type of thing, disabling some mods, re-enabling others, trying to reset it all back to factory settings, about a month would pass in the old save game and it would crash. I was testing that for about 2 hours, and nothing I did managed to get it to work again, which is really unfortunate because we were just getting to a stage where we were starting to get some momentum. However, I've had to start again, but this time I'm just using Geheimnisnacht, nothing else besides the official submods to remove Albion, the Old World, and the Skaven, just for balance purposes, essentially. And I've added the duel mod to revert the way duels work back to the old system, so there's much less randomness. Besides that, everything is as it should be in the base game. Hopefully everything works this time, because we did have a lot of issues in that last campaign, besides it crashing constantly, which is a big issue, obviously. And I would have liked to have carried on with that save game, so I was really getting into it. But we're back playing King Ilric of the original province. Now, unfortunately, I loaded into the province because I wanted to, still play as the guys we were playing as all this time. And he died almost immediately, the first character. He was 62, so I'm not really surprised. So we're now playing as his son, who is Grey Eminence, Wrath, Charitable, Deceitful, Brave. And we are House Banner, so I want you guys in the comments to suggest something better than House Banner. Suggest a better shield, suggest a better house name. I know before somebody suggested House Alfheimer's, because that was obviously the first guy that we played as in the original game and in this one, technically, until he died. So if you've got any suggestions for the name, let me know, and I'll just take whatever the most upvoted comment is for both the shield and the banner, and I will we'll change it to that, and we'll play as that house. So, I'm going to take everything we've learned from the last campaign. That was a test run. We'll pretend that was a test run, and I actually, wasn't trying on that one. So, the first thing I think we need to do is I've learned that magic is really good. So we need to look for someone with decent magical potential. There's only one person in our realm. She has the Law of Light, and she has scarce magic potential. I'm just going to marry her for now, because she's better than no one, and we can still take, 3 concubines as Norscan? Have a look at the religion, genius. Yeah, three concubines, so nothing to worry about there. And what we want to do is we want to start building up those trade posts, because if you guys have told me before, and as I've very quickly realised, these things are really overpowered. I think that's going to be my goal to start off with. Let's go for trade posts. And let's sort of see which province has some that we can take. So we really want to head sort of over here to this province. What is that? Courtier, did that say? Oh, well, it's got a different name here. Itrishk. We want to head over there because they've got a couple of trade posts. And we really want to act fast, because the only reason the last game started getting a lot more difficult is because huge kingdoms started forming around us, like the Slaneshi cult here, the Queen Valkyrie the Serpent, quickly got out of hand. The Chaos Dwarf swallowed up a lot of these smaller Norscan provinces. We need to be fast, and we need to be quick. Now, there is one other king on the province, and that's King Floki. I don't know how we beat him last time. I don't even know if we did beat him last time. But I won't worry about it too much yet. We've got some building up to do first before we're ready to jump back into how things were going. Now, I imagine the Chaos Dwarfs have a pretty decent amount of tech. What was it? 12, 12, 12. Either that or how far out can we steal tech from? Whoops. Did I accidentally send him over there? Yeah, well, that's fine. Like we said, they've got pretty good tech anyway. Let's have you build Zeal. I feel like it's a safe option. Let's start raiding. And Statecraft is pretty good. Our council is pretty good. People like us. His character himself isn't too bad. Now, I did take the family focus because I was going to start breeding in magic into the family tree. I want to do that as soon as possible. Now, let's go ahead and go for, I don't really know, Groom and Heir, fertility raised by 20%. Sure, why not? We're still waiting on a reply from that other woman to be our wife, so we might as well unpause now. And the game is actually playing pretty smoothly, from what I can tell so far. We'll take the prestige back. Yeah, this is going pretty well. Now, our heir is unsuitable to inherit. He is pretty bad. I'm aware of my culture's traditions. No more of this. We won't worry about this. We've been over that a lot in the last series. Who is this? This is our brother, I assume. Oh, it's our nephew. Okay. What do we really want him to be trained? I don't really want intrigue, because then we're going to have quite scheming family members. Let's go for diplomacy in that case. And you also like an education focus. Let's put you on thrift, because, as we've discussed, thrift is the best one. There was a really good image posted on the Crusader Kings subreddit talking about the breakdown of all of the sort of focuses that you can give to children. The original image was in German, but I will find the English one as well, and I'll post it in the comments. Let me make a note of that for myself, just so you guys can look over that. It's really, really handy. And basically, they've said, unless your kid is genius or quick, take thrift almost always. Image of educations. Right, I've made a note of that, so hopefully I won't forget. Alright. It's kind of nice to get a fresh start, because it means all those mistakes I made in the last game we don't have to worry about so much. And I also know about, you know, buying armaments from the dwarfs now. I know how to use the magic system. Because like I said before in that series a lot, I've never played this game before, so... Oh, I've never played the sub-mod, I'm sure. Obviously, I've played CK2. I've not played the sub-mod before, which means that... this has given me a lot of insight. Just that first sort of practice playthrough, if you want to consider it like that. It's given me a lot of insight in how we're actually going to do things. Sure, we'll go to a feast. Why not? Let's go ahead and set up our council. Just make sure everybody likes us a lot. And you know what? Everybody does like us. A fair amount. I see that's not a malice in this. Nope, we're good. I'm just going to get random courtiers, as we've already given enough honorary titles to all of our vassals. We'll just take the people who don't like us, so they're less likely to join plots. Let's see who has the lowest opinion. 29, sure. You know, we're actually going to have way more titles than we need to give away here. Alright, perfect. Family focus also works out pretty well because we've got quite a large family, and because we are elective, they're going to be kind of a little bit schemy here and there. I'm going to vote for Hedin just because he's got 16 martial, which I feel is a good trait to have. And obviously if we can start getting magical children, training them in, obviously we'll take the thrift focus and then maybe train them in martial, just to make the conquest, the early conquest, a lot quicker. And what's our maximum levy size here? Only 820, really? That seems very small. Okay. And what about in terms of vassals? We have some quite powerful vassals though, don't we? He's got 470, he's got 1,000. So, really we've got about 3k men overall. Assuming they join our wars, which I assume they will because they do like us quite a lot. 54 and 46. So we could potentially go to war against this guy, and I imagine we'd win. Now, that would give us a good couple of trade posts as well. Of course, unless we subjugate him, at which point he'll just keep his trade posts. What is this province in particular? Endring. That's the one with the trade post. We could go for a de jure claim and just take everything. 500 prestige, though. That's quite a lot. We could just take Endring by itself. Get that early trade post. Start building it up early on. Because obviously, the sooner we get cash, the more we can build up. And then the quicker the snowball builds up. Let's do that. Let's declare war for this province here. I might save my subjugation cast spell for this other king. Once he's grabbed up some more land, he can do a lot of the grunt work for us. We'll subjugate him and make him our vassal instead. And our vassals will or join the war. Good. Alright, let's do it. We'll have them meet us here, and we'll also get them to attach, because I don't really trust them. That guy has bought a stunning 0 men. Thank you. I appreciate that. Very helpful. Let's go with... I'm trying to think the best way to do this. Let's attack his armies first, get that early battle war score, just in case he picks off some of our vassals. Oh no, I'm sorry. I shouldn't really lose opinion of him. That was my fault. I declared the war and called him into it, so that's my fault. Like I said, I'm going to be a bit more tactful about this. Obviously, last time, people were concerned that I wasn't dishing out land very well. I think we'll try and hang on to as much land as possible and become chaos as soon as possible. Might be a case of marrying someone who's already chaos and divided and converting to them manually. Can we pick off some of these armies before they start to coalesce? Let's go this way, see if we can't pick some off. And I assume this guy's coming to attach over to us. He is, yeah, good. Alright, let's get you to attach as well. Let's wait here. I think we need everyone else to get to us first. It's risky, but I think we'll be fine. Is Hedin really our best commander? 16 martial. Wow. Let's go ahead and sack someone who's pretty bad. No, actually, you know what? That is the best we can do. Let's wait for these other guys to get here as well. We might as well go in with everything we've got. 3,100 men. We should win this quite easily. Even though they are in mountains. It's only a defensive bonus. And that will probably give us the 75% battle war score almost immediately, because that'll be all of their armies, I imagine, destroyed. Yep, very, very easily done. It's a real shame we've only got enough troops to raise one army and no flanks. We can just have the center. Let's leave some of our vassals here to siege this one. We'll leave the smallest army just to take this one. And let's chase his men down. Wait, where did his men go? Did he just put them down? Huh. How weird. Okay, well, we'll chase his armies down. Counter-siege that, and then I'll move our... Oh, no, wait, they're just moving into that province where there's already enemies. Guess that doesn't matter too much. How long is that going to take? Not much longer. Let's try it on a slightly faster speed. We got Diligent. Hey, that's a really good start. Oh, this is running so much smoother. Look at this. Awesome. Okay, very happy about that. I'm already feeling better about this campaign. Now that I know how to play it, and now that we've got it running really, really smoothly, this is going to be a lot nicer, I think. Alright, good battle there. And we will head up. Who are you? You want to marry my uncle. Sure, by all means, go ahead. It's no real use to me. Who's about to attack them? Oh, right, the army retreating from our capital. We should probably go and help them out then. Oh, no, they've got it. They didn't get nearly enough morale. And we got a son called Alfima, and he is smart. That's a really, really good start. Of course, we'll take Thrift, and we will immediately start educating him. I'm going to be a lot more careful about our family and who inherits this time around as well. Is there any downside to us educating him to start off with, or do we want to immediately throw him under... What has this guy's got trait-wise? Greedy, kind... Chance of getting gregarious out of kind, so... I should probably be a bit more careful picking my educators for my children from now on. You know what? Why don't we educate him just to start off with, and, please hiccups, not this early. And, we'll give him someone else later on. I would like to pick some of his earlier traits, that's all. Did we actually not finish the siege of that province? What happened? Let's just get everyone to reattach. We'll just stay as one big unit. Sure. I'm even going to go up to speed 5. Look at this. This is so much nicer. Alright, let's go like that. And let's immediately move to the capital. I'm going to do this instead. If he's going to retreat into there, we might as well go from there. Word is reached you that a pack of wolves are terrorizing the local village, so the freemen demand you uphold your oath and drive them off. 98% chance of 100 prestige, gain 25 piety. I do this alone. Chance of gaining diligent, we gain more prestige. 10% chance of death. Ooh, that was risky, but it has brought us up into the positive prestige, fortunately enough, and we did catch them. Just got to siege this province, then we get a free trade post. This won't take too long at all. Well, obviously not free, you know, we paid the iron price for it. Alright, what do we want to go for early on? I think maybe legalism. We're going to want that religious control mandate as soon as possible before we convert to chaos. Did they seriously counter-siege that again? What have you guys got against that province? Oh, well, we won. Thank you very much. And now, we still have the trade post. Perfect. Now, what's our trade post limit at this point again? 2 out of 1. Okay. So we can pretty much only capture pre-existing trade posts. And we've got to bear in mind, next time we declare war, if we're going after a province that doesn't have a trade post, it's pretty much a waste of time. So these provinces here would be really good. Might be worth taking those next. Maybe a subjugation against this guy. I was going to say we'll save it for the king, but unfortunately he looks like he's getting pretty quickly destroyed. What have we got here? So, he's being subjugated by this person here. Okay, weird. He's going to take a lot of land, so it might even be worth... You know what? I'm going to sum up our subjugation before we commit to one guy. We've got some free tech points there. Did any of them work? Yeah, we got cultural advances. Very good. Alright. How long until we can build... What's a monthly balance? Only 0.51. Probably because our trade post in Finsvik hasn't got the very, very overpowered trade buildings in it yet. I wonder what's better to start with. Probably the rudimentary trade post. We do need trade practice level 1. Can we not get that at this stage? Oh, we're so close. Alright, well, it won't be much longer. Oh? Did we genuinely just get the Child of Satan event? Or is it just something completely different? Little Elfheimer has been growing quickly. He is alert and quick to learn, strong and healthy. His voice is a little unusual, however, often descending into a deep, playful growl. He often sniffs around in an odd manner while looking for his toys, and yes, he is unusually hairy. He has also several times bitten his nanny, but apart from that, everything is normal. Well, this is an awesome start. Sure. A fine little boy. Wolfchild. Health +2. That's an awesome modifier. And he is our favourite. Yeah, absolutely he's our favourite. Holy shit. I promise you, look, console's empty. Somebody said, next time you say, you know, you have to believe me on this, open the console. There it is, console's empty. I didn't do anything here. There was no suspicious cut or anything. That's absolutely unbelievable. First child and we get the Wolfchild event. That's awesome. Okay, and we got some warriors here. Now, do we want to put them to work? They are raiders, so I'm actually going to send them to siege this guy's capital. Because that way, if we want to go to war with him, we've already done half the work already. We're leading that. So yeah, let's do it. Why not? So we could take gold from him here. We could just stand them in this province and constantly loot and get a very small, essentially a monthly income from them. We might want to just move them through these provinces instead, though. Will this guy accept... Oh, I was going to say, will he accept vassalization? But actually, no. He's already under another one here. Now, we could offer to join their wars against, say, this guy, for example. It would make them like us more, and there is a chance then they would accept vassalization. We are at king level. Really, that only works against counts, though, unfortunately. And there aren't many level count holdings around. Oh, sorry, count level holdings. That's fine. So what's happening over here, then? Who is going to war with this guy? Okay, the dwarfs. This is exactly what I was worried about. The dwarfs are moving on pretty fast. And the, our vassals are trying to subjugate them. That's fine by me. Go ahead. You're more than welcome. Can I not offer to join that? I suppose it wouldn't make much sense, us being his, you know, liege and everything. How much gold are we making from this a month? It's like 0.4, which might not seem very much at all. But you've got to bear in mind, we are only getting 0.53. So that is almost doubling our monthly balance just from this random raider event. Pretty useful. Do we want to attack anyone else whilst it's early and whilst people are weak and just warring? So this guy is in a holy war. And he's losing it. So why don't we go to war? Oh, he's defending against heathens, right. Why don't we keep an eye on him, wait for his war to end, then declare war on him. Oh, look at that. Our vassal immediately snatched up all that land. Wow, what a great guy. I'm going to send him a gift. Good work, friend. Oh, no, it's 20 gold. Well, you know, it's good, but it's not that good. And this also means the dwarfs have, are only able to get one province now, short of declaring war on us, which they might, I suppose, but let's not worry about it too much. And I assume that didn't come with any more trade posts. No, fortunately, I'm really glad now, in hindsight, that we managed to grab up that province when we did, before our vassal got it. You want to marry her. I'm just going to say yes to these. There was a comment that was, make sure you're matrilineally marrying off your daughters to magical characters. I do agree, don't get me wrong, but that's also a lot of micromanagement that I don't think we can even really do in the early game, given there's not many magical characters around at this stage. Let's go for magical potential, or magic potential, I should say. We can get a couple of guys by the looks of it, actually. Sure, let's do that then. All right, you know what? I'm gonna take your word for it. Let's invite you to the court. Let's invite Erstein to court because he also has magical potential. Who else have we got? She's magical, but way past childbearing age. This is another magical guy. Hedge Wizard. Law of Life. This guy's a really good character. Look at this. Shrewd, gregarious, brawny. Midas Touch. TP, a pretty good one to invite to court as well. Alright, Erstein, let's get you a marriage with... let's go matrilineal. Firstly, very importantly. Let's go ahead and marry him to some of the younger members of our house. So, she'll do. Thank you very much. And this guy here, also pretty good. Let's go ahead and arrange marriage. Matrilineal. And we'll go for the second youngest, 31 years old. Someone will have to correct me if I'm wrong about the fertility disappearing over a certain age. I'm only basing that on the fact that the other day someone posted a post on the subreddit saying that a 65-year-old human woman got pregnant, and somebody pointed out that's because the devs have made it so you can do that so that elves and other longer living races can breed as well. So trade practice is level 1. And how much do we need to save up for these trade officers? It's 98 gold. That's going to take us a while. Let's move you over here just so we can, steal a little bit more cash. How much can these guys get a month? These are feudal, so we can get a little bit more from these guys. And we are carousing. Now, I might want to switch to the business focus. We've already got a pretty decent heir. And that was very, very fast. Like I said, I wasn't really expecting any kids from her. She is chaste. She's also, a theologian. And they almost immediately had a kid. So, that worked out pretty well. I think if we switch to the business focus, we only need to get that event to fire to debase the mint once. Oh, well, we lost our troops. Never mind. We only need to debase the mints once, and we can start building up our trade post, and the snowball starts building up. I'm going to disband them because I don't want them to disappear with a load of gold. Praise the wolf. And we got some zealots. So I'm going to put the zealots down. The only reason I've got him doing what he's doing is because it builds the most monthly prestige. Oh, sorry, zeal. It's 0.5 monthly piety there, and 0.7. So building zeal is the quickest way to get piety. I'm not keeping the troops up because if we don't go to war against heathens, they'll disband and we'll lose. I think it is piety with that one, or maybe prestige, either way. My Skald is doing a really good job as well. What is it? Duchy of Nilfheim. Not too worried about that. Is that a revolt already? The dwarfs took that province and then immediately went into revolt. We could declare war on this guy to seize this province here. Could conquest it. Does that have a trade post in it? No, I'm not really willing to go to war with the Chaos Dwarfs over a province that doesn't really have anything that's hugely useful to us. I think we want to head south, actually, and take out... Oh, hang on a minute. The king of Tarketskog has 600 men. I think it's time to maybe even subjugate him. We could go for a de jure claim and get some more prestige out of it. That also means we would take the province for ourselves rather than... Oh, we could subjugate him, though. That's a lot of land he's got. That, I suppose, is the downside, that he does have a lot of land, so that if he becomes rebellious, we're just essentially going to fight one huge vassal. And you know what? I'm going to use a de jure claim on this one when we get enough prestige. I've said that it's a long time. Sod it. Let's just go for a classic regular de jure conquest. I'm not going for the ducal conquest, just the regular one. Like I said, I want this province because of the trade post, and that's it. I'm not really interested in expanding a huge amount all the way down into here. It's too much land to deal with this early on. We become a much bigger target for all of these neighbouring provinces as well. Let's go ahead and get everyone to attach. Thank you very much. This should be over in no time at all. This being his capital carries much bigger war score. What do we want for you? Let's just go for stewardship. Why not? And then we've also got to make sure we get you a betrothal with someone magical. We'll worry about that afterwards. I want to save up my gold for trade posts to begin with, rather than inviting magical men to our court. This can be over in no time at all. Alright, there's 18% war score. Pretty straightforward. This is going to be a decent amount about a war score. Not a huge amount, but a decent amount. Because they are his own armies. Alright, we're at 42% now. Let's go and head round. Being able to play on speed 5 is such a bonus. Oh, is that the enemy? Well, that's pretty handy. I'm glad we caught that 1600 stat before they were able to get away and sort of form into a much larger army. So we got cultural and military advance out of that. Let's go for the military organization so we can get a little bit more supply. Not a huge amount. We won't worry about cultural. We'll wait until we have a much bigger choice to pick from. Like I said, I really want the religious revocation, the religious control mandate, and the legalism. Alright, 100% war score. Perfect. Very straightforward, very easy, and there was a trade post there. Oh, it was under the Isles. Oh no, I only got the land out of it. Never mind. Not a huge problem. We could go to war against the Isles, I suppose, and embargo war if we really wanted to, but I don't think we really do. This does give us... Oh, no, wait, they aren't connected. I was going to say this gives us a foot in the door to take these provinces here, but actually that's not true at all. So this king now wants to marry our niece, the girl we were about to get married off. He could be a good ally. I'm gonna say no. I don't think we really want... I want the land for myself, quite obviously. I don't really want to be his ally or anything like that. Particularly as he's probably going to be a bigger target than us at this stage, so he's going to keep calling us in. And you know what, I'm going to stick by your advice and say, let's marry them off to the magical characters instead. Well, that's a good start. We got a Wolf Son. We got a pretty decent amount of trade posts already. 2 trade posts in the first character we're playing as. 20 diplomacy on a character is huge as well. I never really acknowledged that before, but that's incredible. And our Spy Master is doing so well. Way more technology points. Look at this. We've almost got enough for legalism level 2 already. And how long have we been playing for? 5 years. It's pretty impressive. Marital bliss. We're falling in love with our wife. I don't think we'll probably get any more children out of our wife now. I don't think it's going to happen. So do we want Game Master, which is going to give us a bonus to our narrow flank? Plus 2 diplomacy, plus 1 martial. Yeah, I will take that, definitely. Look at this guy. 22 diplomacy so far. And can we switch to business focus? Not till another 3 months. That's fine. Really want those trade posts. And I really want to get out of negative prestige as well. The sooner the better. Do we want to do any small wars while we wait? What about this guy? 1,300 men. We could just subjugate him. I don't see why not. What part of the de jure land does he have? Yeah, I'd be fine subjugating this guy. The only problem is he has land in the Westerland. Which means it's quite possible that if Vlad gets that far, he will declare war on that. Or if Vlad is pushed away, the Westerland will declare war for that province back. If I subjugate them, that technically becomes my province. Which also means it becomes my problem, and I'm not sure I really want that. Yeah, let's not rush to using the subjugation cast spell like this early on. I want to wait for some bigger provinces to build up first. And now that we know about the dwarfs as well, I'm really excited to get these trade posts up together. So now that I know we can spend quite a long time buying armaments from them, we might even want to leave them around longer than I left them in the last game. Because I was about to declare that huge invasion war, if you remember, on the dwarfs when the last game got corrupted. My wife is pregnant again. Holy shit. Good news. There are 10 living members of House Banner, okay. And most of those are married at this point, so I'm not going to worry about it too much more. And let's go ahead and switch to business focus now. We don't need much, we just need a small amount of gold. Now, we could go raiding, I suppose. What about these Westland provinces? Have we got some, we could always go for, like, these Ungol provinces. Are there any fairly... There are a couple of still fairly undefended provinces here in the Westerland. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go raiding as well. We just need 100 gold right now. That's all we need. And we got enough boats from that other province that we conquest to be able to do this. Normally we wouldn't be able to, but it's quite lucky that we took Endring there. This is also going to give us prestige as well, so it works out quite well. Obviously it's going to affect our monthly balance, but if we just do this while we wait for the business focus to proc, we'll be able to do it either way. Alright, do we really want to be leading troops? That's the real question. 11 Marshal. Chance we could be captured in battle. I'm not sure whether this is worth it, but... Did I mark them as raiders? I did. Good. Let's get it started. I'm going to fight someone and gain... Oh, thank God, nothing. What's this trait? Oh, beaten up. Right, okay. Monthly prestige down a little bit, but we've still got enough to stay in the positive. And we gain 20 prestige from the carousing anyway. Alright. And this guy, the king, wants my courtier to marry his reaver? Sure. I mean, I don't see why not. Why don't we not go into the provinces full of plague? Which unfortunately is all of them at this point. Why don't we head over there first? And then if we see the plague appearing, we can very quickly run away. This character came out bright. That's pretty good. There's some thrift focus for you. We'll give her 21. I don't really mind so much. I was going to say I want my daughters to be trained in diplomacy. So I guess we'll educate her ourselves. Why not? While raiding this province, you managed to round up a sizable number of slaves. Awesome. It's a good start. Why don't we... Deploy them to Frost doesn't actually affect the build time on the trade post, so does it? Why don't we just sell them? Why don't we just sell them? We were here for gold, so this is just free... This is just 50 gold we're getting. Very straightforward. This is exactly what we were asking for. Alright. And how much gold is available here? Not a huge amount, but obviously we only need a little bit more to get to where we want to be anyway. Damn. I think we might be in trouble here. Oh well. Good raid. Good work, team. We still have 600 men, so we can still raid other provinces without having to worry about it. We might as well resign from our flank, and I don't mind actually sending them into the Plague Lands a little bit. Is this province here? Oh, wait, they've got... Oh, 80 men raised? That's not a problem. And plenty of gold as well. So what are we looting per month here? 1.2 gold. Was that 1.2 gold every 4 days? Oh, 4 gold every 4 days. Oh, that's much better. Alright, we need a new Spy Master. That's a shame, because our last Spy Master did really good work. At least this time I can actually check for what the best provinces for us can be. We've got 12 there, 12 there. Look through some of the capitals. I don't want anything in particular, which is why I'm not going by the technology map, rather just clicking through provinces, seeing what we can get. Honestly, it's still so early that tech points don't really matter too much. So I'm just going to send him back to Cracker Ungrim. There you go. Wait, what? Oh, we count as leading the siege here because we were the first men in this province. Hey, this could work out really well. We might get a decent amount of gold from this. 10% chance of... Oh, sorry, 30% chance of Valdemar getting wounded, but we gain 10 prestige, or Valdemar likes us. I'm just going to take the 10 prestige. Rumor of extraordinary artifact. Oh, shit. Well, just when I thought it couldn't get any better. Yeah, of course, absolutely. Who do we want to look for this? Our best counselor, ideally. So, let's send our... What do you think? Our marshal? Let's go for our marshal. Excellent, you have my thanks. Now let's go search for the artifact. National tax modifier minus 10%, but that's not a huge problem because we're just going for our trade modifier. If we can win this and carry on with the siege, I'd be very pleased. No. Well, that's a shame. But what we can do is we can get back to town right now. And we can immediately start building up those trade posts. No, I don't want to be rivals with anyone. Not at this point. Alright, legalism level 2, we can now get religious control mandate. What a great start. I feel like everything has pretty much gone this way. Or gone our way this early on is pretty ideal. Let's disband these special event troops, not bothered about them too much. 71 gold, that was way more than I thought we got. And let's go to Finsvik and build the trade route post level 1. Perfect. Thank you for watching. I hope this has been a much better start than the last series, and I hope, you know, it's obvious that I'm taking your advice to heart. If you've got anything else to let me know about the mod, anything I need to know, any broken things that we can take advantage of, I will be happy to learn about that, and I'll be happy to abuse it. See you next time.